Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Nuffy and Aegis on Daybreak, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Nuffy, representing Nuffy. And on the top right side of the map, we have his opponent. It is the blue Terran player, Aegis, representing Dust Gaming. Seen both of these players before on my channel in the recent months. Apparently they've played a game before this one, which was excellent, and I hope this wasn't as excellent as well. This is from ggtracker.com. If you ask me for it, I will put a link in the description, and let's get right on into this. There's the refinery going down for Aegis, and the barracks. The timing, a little bit too early for a Reaper expand. We will see what's going on there. Pool first out of Nuffy against Terran, which means he's planning on a little bit of aggro or just preparing for 3 Rax Reaper at this point. Not bothering to drone scout, just sending out Slover Lords. I do like drone scouting, but I don't know. Players like Stefano disagree with me, so I don't know. I'm not quite sure where I stand on that these days. Hatchery going down. Oh, if there's an extractor coming up right about now, then I'm pretty sure there's going to be some aggression here from Nuffy, but it looks like no. So maybe this is like a 3 hatch, like a pool into double expand, somewhere around there. We'll take a look at that one and see exactly what we do with it. Barracks is done, and it is a Reaper. That is definitely a Reaper. There is some extra gas there, so the refiner is a little bit early, but I'm sure that's fine. This Reaper's name is Charlie Vane. After barely surviving the Overmind's plot for revenge in the Brood War expansion Insurrection and watching his friends die at the hands of its minions, Charlie Vane went into hiding and fell into a deep depression until one day, after Legacy of the Void with Zagara as leader of the Swarm, the Dominion and the Zerg became at peace, but after all he had been through, Charlie could not accept this fact, and he joined a radical anti-Zerg group, signed up for the Reaper program, and he knew it was suicide, but he had nothing left to live for, and so he vowed that he would have his revenge for his fallen friends, one drone at a time. Alright, man. Charlie Vane got this thing going. Is that the name of an actual NPC in Brood War Insurrection? I don't even remember that. It's been a long time. Anyway, Reaper coming on in. There's a drone. Why is there a drone here? Should not be a drone. 2 drones, actually. Queen does come down. Try to save it. Kitty 8 charge. Does not actually explode there. Reaper forced to go back. I know it's rough. It is rough. Some Lings get inside here. Oh, no. Supply depot lowered. Oh, no, Aegis. 2 Lings almost got inside there. A bunch of SCVs pulled off the line, just trying to make sure that this base finishes constructing. Lings might poke on in there and get the SCV building the command center. They do force him to pull off. Does delay the command center, but another one hops on almost immediately. Charlie Vane comes back and says, I will get rid of your Ling problem. Don't mind me. Ha ha. And ends up getting a heroic 2 kills with SCVs, basically taking the damage for him on that one. So double refinery here for Aegis. We do have a factory just about to complete. I would be shocked if we didn't see a starport coming up immediately after that. And it's a 2-baser, no gas opening out of Nuffy into a 3rd hatchery here at about the 3.5-minute mark. So he is absolutely no gas playing right now. So he must be relying on Queens pretty heavily, though he's not making one here at his main base, which is interesting enough here. Anyway, starport is under construction here for Aegis. We've got a reactor popping up on that factory. You're going to be for Hellions, possibly, or for that 5-minute double medevac drop thing that we have seen so many times in so many ZVTs on this channel. Stim is being researched by Aegis, and that 3rd hatch coming up. There's still no gas. Double extractor actually here at the natural base. So those were coming up. I think I missed them when I was looking earlier. So not a gas-less opening, but a later gas opening. Roach Warren coming in here as well, which is fine. He just is not planning on doing anything super aggressive for the time being. He does have the factory, and he's actually going to steal a reactor. Yep, steal the reactor off the factory. Start double pumping medevacs here at about the 4-minute mark. Oh, he missed. He missed with the landing. Boosh, there we go. Getting it connected to the reactor properly. Double medevac on the way. Marine count continuing to increase. Stim is continuing to be researched. Wait, did he cancel that by accident? I thought he was further along with Stim than this, but maybe he accidentally canceled. Had to remake. Bunch of Queens here for Nuffy, trying to knock down the debris right outside of his natural base. The Queen count is 7. 7 Queens, and that is it for Nuffy right now. He's got 7 Queens, 9 Overlords, and 41 Workers. 41 to 34. He's been droning super hard. Super duper hard in this game. Evolution Chamber's coming up as well. Roach Warren is there. There we go. 8 Roaches in production. and wants to have the roaches ready for this marine drop that he knows is coming. I mean, it's so consistent. A Widow Mine added in there at the last second for Aegis. Fair enough. Lair morphing in as well for Nuffy, and here comes our drop. Heading along the top side of the map, aiming for the third base where there's actually no units right now. A couple drones, but they are actually rallied elsewhere. They're not going to rally to this third base as they recognize how incredibly vulnerable it is at this moment. So boosting in very fast are these medevacs coming into the third base. Going to go in the creep or not? The question is, you can land outside the creep. There we go. Move and push in that way. Oh, going to get 3 creep tumors. 1 canceled. Canceled 2 of them. Great job. Good reaction time there by Nuffy, saving 2 of his creep tumors. Not having to replant those. Got a Widow Mine buried on the edge of the creep, and the Marines come in. That's a lot of roaches and queens, though, and yeah, he just gets on out of there. He recognizes his medevacs would die so quickly to these queens with a range of 8 and so much damage done versus air units. So pulling back, Widow Mine trying to sneak on in, but there is just creep everywhere, burrowing on the edge of the creep. Here at a potential place to take a 4th base for Nuffy. We'll see exactly what goes on with that one. And there we go, just pushing on in, going to do a scan, creep clear. Looks like Aegis is going to try to pull off here. And it is. There's the scan, there's a creep clear. 3rd base for Aegis, rather, just south of his natural. And here come the Queen Roach, again, Queen Roach Brigade again, chasing away that medevac, very low on HP, 6 HP left on that medevac, but does manage to stay alive. Now here's the problem for Aegis. He did pretty much no damage there. He's killed 6 creep tumors and 2 lings in this entire game, and that push did absolutely nothing. Incredible hold there by Nuffy. Getting the queens out, getting the roaches out so they would pop at around the 4.5, 5 minute mark, which is exactly what you want to do. Just beautiful reading of the Terran build and being prepared for it exactly when it showed up. So it's got to be a good feeling for Nuffy for sure. Additional barracks on the way here for Aegis factory as well. Marines coming up along this 3rd base. Spore Crawler in an interesting position. Get some shots off on that medevac. A Marine gets left behind though, and he is dead now. Where'd that other medevac go? Did it come back to get healed? It didn't die. I don't think it died. Maybe he got repaired up. Maybe he got repaired and is back with this new group moving outside of the natural base. Either way, it's 3 bases to 3 bases, moving out with some roaches. Are they getting speed? Nope, +1/+1 though is on the way here, and 4.2 move speed on the creep. Actually, is that is roach speed. Roach speed is done. So here comes a 4 medevac drop. One of them is completely empty. Try to sneak onto the main base. Good creep spread and overlord means that is not going to happen. Nope. You're not dropping here. There are roaches, there are queens on the ground. Another small group of Marines here at the 4th base. That is coming in for Nuffy. And again, killing more creep tumors down here in the south. The group in the north might just go for it. Here it is. Going for the base, using stim. Going to focus down this hatchery. Trying to save it as Nuffy. Is he bringing units up here? Are the roaches going to make it in time? And yes, the roaches do end up making it in time. A lot of dead Marines there. Some of them do get picked up, but dropping in the main is Aegis. There are queens picking off medevacs. Good focusing on the medevacs. Not worrying about the Marines as much, recognizing that the Marines and the Marauders are not as much of a threat if the medevacs are dead. And yeah, forced to pick up and flee out of there as Aegis, as all the roaches do manage to show up there. A small group of 3 Marines in the north healing up on that medevac. Might come down and threaten this 3rd base at some point. But we do have +2/+2 on the way for the roaches and ravagers and lurkers if we have any of those made here in this game. Infestation pit coming up as well, and +2 weapons on the way for our Marine player, our Terran player with his Marines and Marauders and Ghosts. All of them infantry. Picking off creep tumors here at the 4th base. Good pickoffs. Losing a couple Marines, but that's probably worth it. Big old Roach Brigade moving over to this 3rd. Full liftoff retreat. Retreat. I'm not sure if that's enough Marines to do this thing. There is a tank setting up on the high ground. It's a lot of dead SCVs though, man. The Roach is going for it. They pick off that tank immediately. Marines force a retreat as well here. I don't know what can save Aegis from this attack. The tanks are just getting massacred immediately. But a lot of Marines coming to the backside. Reinforcements coming on in. A nice 360 surround on these roaches, and they're taking a lot of Marines with them, but they are also getting picked off here slowly one by one, and they are all gone. Big old pool of roach blood there right on the high ground by this natural base of Aegis. Some roaches tried to reinforce, got there too late, decided to turn around and go home. And a hive on the way for Nuffy. So 4 base to 3 base here. Workers killed. Looks like 7 SCVs killed. So 0 drones. 0 drones lost for Nuffy. That is not a good feeling. Absolutely not here. Creep spread. I mean, okay, there we go. Starting some new tumors up along the north side of the creep. This south side also getting some new tumors, so taking care of it. Again, triple medevac drop here at the main base. A bunch of roaches here, almost with +2/+2, almost there. Would help immensely for Nuffy if he had it. And yes, actually enough to force the medevacs away for the time being. So Doesn't have to worry about that. Some Ravagers mixed in for that extra DPS with that Corrosive Bile, and the extra range is just so good against Marines and Marauders. +2 infantry weapons on the way, +1 infantry armor just about to complete there, and getting vehicle weapons as well is Aegis. Small drops sneaking on up. Again, consistent harassment here from Aegis. It just hasn't done enough. I'd argue it has not done enough to this point. Burrow Roach move by Nuffy, sneaking around. Maybe going after the third base. There is no detection there whatsoever. They're moving right past an army of Aegis. But again, no detection with them either. Would have to scan to see these roaches and doesn't do it. Spire on the way for Nuffy. Might transition into Mutalisks here at some point. But again, difficult to do with so many Marines on the field. But perhaps counting on a higher tank Marauder count to deal with the roaches that we're seeing here right now. Pop it up at the third base. Oh, surprise! Surprise, SCVs, you are all dead. Meanwhile, another attack here for Nuffy, trying to attack this main group in the middle, but severely outnumbered and retreating there. So many dead SCVs, though. 29 dead SCVs, what? Another small attack of Marines and Marauders getting killed by Roaches and Queens here up at the north near the third base, getting absolutely cleaned up. The medevacs ripped apart as well. Burrow Roach trying to sneak around, trying to send a small group up to the natural base, sending the rest of them home. It looks like, oh, when they can sneak on in here to the natural, there's no detection. Why? Oh, so many more dead SCVs. Blah. Blah, say the roaches. Surprise, we're here to murder your faces. We have +2 attack, and we are not afraid to use it. 34 dead SCVs to this point. The Burrow Roach harass has been much, much more effective than the drop harass thus far. Roaches managed to re-burrow, and there's not a scan. Another burrow move here at the third base. Scan available. Where did we scan? Scanning here at the natural base. Can they get the roaches? The roaches are dead at the natural. Actually, no, there are still 2 here. There are still 2 here. Oh, no, and still a bunch here at the third base as well. Constructing missile turrets for permanent detection. Seems like something that should have been done the first time there was a Burrow Roach attack. 3 roaches just outside of that range. Meanwhile, big swarm of Roach Ravager coming into this fourth base of Aegis that he's trying to construct. Does manage to... Oh, forces a cancel there. I was going to say, I thought he saved it. Thought he saved it. Big old attack here. Corrosive Biles landing, trying to hit something, not doing much damage whatsoever. Tanks with +1 attack. Very scary against this very Roach-heavy composition for Nuffy. We've got roaches sitting here. They could possibly sneak into this natural base. They are. Same thing in the third, just picking off as many SCVs as they can. Tank fire splashing on the roaches here at the natural base, killing one of them almost instantly. The roaches at the third base are now cleaned up as well with yet another scan, but it is officially 4 base to 3 base. The Terran player is having a really hard time here. Greater Spire on the way, +3 ground carapace, +3 missile attack for Nuffy. He is actually committed to this Roach Ravager play. Getting some Corruptors, though, maybe some Broodlords mixed in here as well. I'm not sure that Aegis sees this. His Viking count is approximately 0, and by approximately, I mean it is absolutely 100% 0. There's still a Roach here at the natural base, though. With 6 kills, whew, he is a Slayer. Baneling Nest on the way. 4 Broodlords coming in. Ultralisk Cavern as well. Nuffy doing whatever he wants right now. Looking very good against this Terran player. Tanks setting up for Aegis, though. A lot of tanks. A lot of tanks with +1 attack. Marines, Marauders with the +1, +2 right now. Corrosive Biles landing, trying to hit these medevacs. Getting one of them. Picking off a medevac is definitely a big victory there. Small group of Marauders going a little bit too heavy, but here are the Broodlords. And the Broodlords are raining down Broodlings on the army. Does Aegis see this? The tank splash. Oh, the Broodlings on top of the Bile, while the tank splash on top of them, causing so many problems for the Terran Bile. Full retreat right now, recognizing we have nothing to deal with Broodlords. Landing Broodling strikes on tanks is nothing you want to see as Aegis, as a Terran player here. Picking them up. Again, can't pick them up in siege mode, but can pick them up in non-siege mode. Picking one off there. The Roaches are chasing. The Ravagers are chasing. The Broodlords are chasing. They're just super slow is the thing. If they were fast, I don't know how scary they would be. Pathogen Glands on the way for Aegis. +1 flyer armor coming up as well. Double pumping Vikings is Aegis. That's something you can do as Terran. If you're double pumping medevacs already, just switching over to Viking is not that hard. 5th base for Nuffy up along that top left side. Roaches trying to sneak in. Trying to sneak into this third base. Again, small Burrow Roach group trying to come into the natural. Getting detected, but just by a Marauder and a couple Marines. There's not really a lot here to stop this from happening. Big attack. Broodlings thrown down from the sky here at the third base. Corrosive Biles picking off medevacs very, very well. Indeed. Third base under assault. Broodlings trying to eat that orbital command. Can they get it again? Standing toe-to-toe. Not as well. Although the +3/+3 really helping immensely with these Roaches and these Ravagers. The third base is gone. There are still Roaches sitting here at the natural base, effectively having it shut down as well. It's 70-23 Harvesters. I think Nuffy has this game well in hand. Broodlords are getting shot at by Vikings and might actually clean out the Broodlord count. And all their Roaches are gone too. So, I mean, he's technically alive. He still has Roaches doing stuff in his natural, though. But it's 184 to 81. total supply. Our Zerg player is just going to town. Yes, the Zerg infestation is over, but look at this. 22 roaches, 52 lings, and 5 ultras. With 8 infestors in production by Nuffy right now. He had a bank, he had the larva count to sustain this, and here's the remax. 1. Nope, make that 200 supply out of 200 supply. All these Vikings you're making, utterly useless, because I am going ling, roach, ultra right now. Ultras with armor, kindness plating is just about to complete here. They will have the 7 max armor available to them in this patch. Burrowed infestors here, able to cast while burrowed as well. Ugh. I don't know about this. Where are our ultras? There they are. No attack upgrades, but again, that 7 armor going to tank very, very nicely right now. So he just knows he has to make something happen here. Coming right on into this third base, killing more creep tumors, setting up a bunch of banelings without speed though, right? Do they have speed? Oh, they have speed, and here we go. Ultras in the front absorbing a ton of damage. Infestors coming in, throwing fungals on the tanks. I'm not sure if that's entirely necessary. Vikings jumping into the air there, and that is it. A good game out of Aegis. Aegis is defeated, and Nuffy is victorious. Well done. Well done indeed by Nuffy, just rebuffing every attack Aegis tried throwing it at him in the early game. And then just making that into a giant mid-game swell of Roach Ravager with great upgrades. You don't usually see +3/+3 on Roaches and Ravagers. Again, they didn't necessarily win the day, but they did enough damage by killing the third base. The Burrow Roach attacks were just absolutely insane. 81 SCVs killed and not a drone lost. Not a drone lost in this match. Just beautiful plays all over from Nuffy. You can see more of him at Twitch. There's links in the description to his Twitch and his Twitter handle. Woo! You want to see more of this Zerg player? Wow, I need a drink of water, but I'm going to wrap it up here. That's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.